We're shining. Shine. 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 Shine.
Stop.
Shine. 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 Shine.
Okay. I think we're good.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I'm Sharifa.
And I'm Keisha.
Okay. So, back again. This has been a whirlwind week for us. I feel like so much is going on. We have so many new things that are going to be happening. And
yes, new opportunities.
Y'all got to stay tuned because we really are doing some big things around here unexpectedly, but we're welcoming it. So
yes, thank you.
We receive that, Lord.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off with Friend Fix. And Friend Fix is basically where we review what happened in our week. So, what do you have going on this week?
Okay, so this was a big week with my son. We call him the Professor. And he's 11. He just turned 11. And I was able to style him yesterday. You saw the picture.
Yes, he's looking like a line brother. I don't know which frat he belongs to, but he is a part of somebody's fraternity.
Oh my,
he was looking.
God, and that's so funny you said, because I'm
so
always
cute.
like, ooh, because I am a sorority girl, and I'm like, he has kind of that feel, but that's okay.
Right.
That's neither here nor there. So he's been playing basketball, and he went through a really rough first season. He was highly competitive, and he wasn't necessarily playing very much at all. Mm-hmm. And the boys on the team, like, discouraged him a lot. I don't know if they discouraged him because he still wanted to keep going back, but it was a whole bunch of like, you're only on this team because you're dad, and don't shoot the ball because you'll miss, all the stuff that 11-year-olds or 10-year-olds will say to another one, to
teenagers,
anybody,
kids,
right?
Yeah, kids are just kind of cruel.
And he was been on soccer, and was really good. He's always been really good at whatever he's done. He was not good because he's got a learning curve, and so we were just sitting back, kind of waiting to see if he was gonna continue or if he didn't want to or whatever, just to see what he was made of. But so it was a rough season, and he said no, he still wanted to play. He's into it now, and so he's in this other league. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's not very competitive, which is a good thing, because I was like, now he's seeing what really competitive is, and he's just growing his wings on the court now, and we're like, wow. It did help for him to be in a really challenging environment, because even though he wasn't the best at that, you can see that he learned the sport and he loves it. So anyways, he had a great game. He was defensive, everything. He had a bunch of steals, and me and Val, me and my husband, we played basketball, and that's all we focus on. We were like, defense. If you can do defense,
that's right. Defense wins championships.
So we were like, oh, he's got good instinct and all this. But really what happened was, so we were proud, of course, he's our child, but a stranger walked up to him and was like, I love your energy, and you're, what did they say? I love your energy, and you hustle really hard, or something like that.
That's so good.
And to me, Professor has ADD. He's diagnosed with ADD, which I feel like it's just a personality situation. But he does take medication for it. He had a really rough week this week dealing with the medication, and it's another whole other story, ladies. We can talk about it another time. But he, for him to hear his energy being used in the right direction, to me really resonated with me, because I was like, this is something that he can do to outlet all that pent up energy. And I love freedom, and I want for people to not feel like they have to be in that box. We talked about that before. So it was kind of my moment to experience him
in a positive nature, because ADD and ADHD is always looked at as a negative thing, whether that is from a parental standpoint or that's an educator standpoint. The kids will come into school, I haven't had my medicine today, and that's like, sometimes that's a teacher's biggest nightmare. But I know the effects of medicine, and I remember I had a kid who had a contrast. I got to see him before meds ever came into his life, and then after meds. And I personally liked the kid before the meds, because this baby in particular, his whole personality went away.
Right.
So that's what I know what you mean by the personality part. But this is definitely, it can be used as a gift. It'll be a strength. It can be a strength.
Yeah.
And then you were excited about hearing somebody find that strength and that as a positive characteristic in your child instead of always hearing the negative connotation that goes along with it.
Over has too much energy. It's hyperactive. All of these things. It's can be a negative thing, but I think that he was able to make the connection between, hustling hard and not stopping, because he didn't even get tired. He was just just working.
Go, Professor, go!
Right. So that's a part of who he is, and I love that. And later we'll talk about Missy, my daughter. We never introduced them, but we'll be referring to our kids throughout this, and we have, so I want for you guys to be involved in that too. So what about you? Tell me about your week.
Well, the week was fine. It went by pretty fast, The biggest thing that was like my favorite thing of the week, and it sounds horrible, but my husband is off every other Friday. So that means twice a month, ladies, I get a break from having to prepare my children for the great departure. That's what I call it. The great departure. Getting them out of the house, getting book bags ready, lunch boxes ready, clothes on. You got socks on, did you wash your face? Did you brush your teeth? All that. And I know y'all can relate to me because it is just super stressful. So yesterday, as I was literally running out the door, my husband said I hit super speed on him because I just didn't want anybody to ask me anything. It's my one day that I get to get out of the house without people with me and not having to be concerned with preparing them for the great departure. Right. So I was on my little ride to school. It's a little short ride, but I was still reflecting. And I was like, oh my gosh, my friends who don't have to do this in the mornings are so lucky. Right. And you're one of those friends. And I'm just like, me not having to go through the stress of preparing my babies for the day. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a bad mom, but we all need breaks and we all need those moments of, because we do have so much already on us, as mommies, and working mommies, and it's a lot.
Absolutely.
So as I was thinking, I said, oh my gosh, my other dear friend from college also has this benefit where she doesn't have to drop her baby off in the morning. And I was like, skirt! I was like, oh no, I think she gave that up. She gave up the opportunity of her not having to take her baby to school. So I immediately called her. And I was like, oh my gosh, friend, you've got to give it back to your husband. Please, this is so free. I feel so unwalled not having to drop my babies off in the morning. And it was like I called her in a panic saying, if it's not too late, give that duty back to your husband as quickly as possible. Ooh. And so as soon as she answered the phone, she's like, oh, can I call you back? I got to get it. And I was like, see, that's that mommy stress. Yes. That's that mommy stress in the mornings, and she sounded super stressed out, and I didn't let her get off the phone. I was like, no, you can't get off the phone with me right now. I have to tell you this. Take heed to this warning. Give your husband that duty back. I'm experiencing what you used to experience right now today, and it's ridiculous. And then she said, oh gosh, wait, don't eat that. Oh, Keisha, he's trying to eat the Cheerios a certain way. I said, let him eat the Cheerios. Let him eat the Cheerios. Y'all, sometimes as mommies, we just put this added stress on ourselves that we don't really need. What was wrong with the baby eating the Cheerios the way he wanted to eat them? Right. Sometimes as moms, we keep this control. Yes. And we think we have to have so much control over what our kids are doing, but not really. Like, it's okay for them to eat the cereal. Right. The way he wanted to eat it. Or how they do it. And then you end up taking on this responsibility because you want it done the way that you want it done. Yes. And that has nothing to do with you being a good mother or not. It doesn't. And look, you know what? If you want to wear mismatched socks, boo-boo, go and put those mismatched socks on so we can get out the door. Like, I'm trying so hard to figure out ways not to stress myself out. Right. And that's what friend fixes do. Yes, I love not stress ourselves out. Right. And then even being able to, like, run this by people. So you did call me, like, what does it feel like when you don't have to get the kids? And I'm like, it is a real... But, I mean, my husband does a good job of that, and he always had to because our kids go to school near his job. Right. So, I mean, it just works out that way. Right. But it's not something I want to do. Girl, no. Keep that freedom, child. We have enough to do. I will live vicariously through you with the great departures in the morning, honey. And as long as you're fresh enough for me to call you in the mornings. So let's talk about
This one is a morning person, and I am not. Mm-mm. So, and I had to tell her, I was like, listen, I don't even say my first words until the bell rings when the kids are.
And what time is that?
Like 8:30.
And here I am at 7:15 calling all of my closest friends. I'm like, hey girl, I'm on my way to school. What are you doing? I haven't even had coffee yet. I love it.
I'm not a morning person, and our household is not morning people. So all of us, I guess I've trained our kids that no.
Stay in the bed.
Do you? Because I'm not going to be waking up early for you. I'm not going to be doing that. But, I mean, you're so great. But you can text me, and I will respond.
You will respond around 10 o'clock.
But I can respond to a text. I just don't want to open my mouth and say words until I have to.
But sometimes that's when I have a lot to say. Girl, I think our live time is up.
Yeah.
Our fixed time is up.
Right. Well, we never talked about the runaway outfit.
We'll finish that. They'll have to tune into the podcast to hear the rest.
Yes. Okay. So I have a story about runaway outfit, and you guys cannot miss it because it's hilarious. It'll answer some of your questions that you have about your friends. Yeah. So
hashtag truth.
So we are going to continue taping the podcast. You guys can tune in on iTunes. Congratulations. We are on iTunes now. We also are on SoundCloud still and Spreaker. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Yes. And it's at Teashines. And then also we have received some mail. So later on in this episode, we're actually going to read some of that mail.
Sunshine mail.
Yes, sunshine mail. And that's, it's theteashine@gmail.com.
So if you have anything you want us to answer or talk about, please hit us up. We're back.
All right.
What in the world? How did you feel about that? First time going live.
That was interesting. That was fun. I hope that you guys are able to participate and check out our page, Sweet Tea and Sunshine, on Facebook for those little pop-up live moments, because that's definitely something that we're interested in maybe doing every so often. You'll never know when, though.
That's right.
You won't know. All right, so our next part, let's go ahead and move into teacher talk.
Yes, teacher talk.
And, okay, so I guess I'll start this time.
Because earlier you mentioned something that you wanted to tell us on our live moment.
Yeah, okay, so we got to wear jeans last week. And
Jean Day. Everybody loves Jean Day.
And funny thing, I don't like to wear jeans. Jeans they're disrespectful, okay? They don't fit right. It's just a fuss with jeans. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to dress down without wearing jeans. Okay. Yes. So I put on this black maxi dress. And I was like, okay, this is cute. And so then I look in the mirror, I'm like, how am I going to accessorize? Then I ended up putting on this statement necklace that was like that. And then I was like, okay, well, what do I put in my ears, And I put on these earrings that were like, very cute.
Somehow I'm imagining like some red carpet type stuff on a dress down casual jean day. That's the image I'm getting right now.
Right. So continue imagining with me. So I put on my earrings, and then I was like, okay, well, a bracelet. So then I look in the mirror and I was like, oh, I look kind of
fabulous,
kind of not casual anymore. So then I throw on a cardigan. I was like, this should do it. Like,
no,
bring it down a little bit.
You're accessorizing more.
Okay. So then my face, I was like, I can't have all this bling and then have a dull face. So then I ended up putting on, the makeup, and I had my hair in an updo. Like I just it's so easy to updo my hair though. Just pull it back and put a comb in it, but it looks like
fabulous.
It looks like I'm going to a ball. So then I said, okay, it's cold outside. So then I had this shawl, like this long black shawl. I had this long black shawl that is casual in my mind, but when I put it on and drape it across my shoulders.
So in other words, all the teachers looking at you like, this heifer. No, it's a jean day. And excuse excuse me. You know, heifer is a term of endearment in the South.
In the South. Is that a Southern? Yes, yeah, it's a cow. I think of it as a cow.
Right. It's a female cow, but we do tend to call each other heifer. So no insult.
No insult. There, okay? Oh, none received.
That's that California South fusion right there.
Girl.
Make that clear.
So